So sissy. I mean, yeah, such a sissy.
That's what we're worried about.
Game. It just doesn't look right, Johnny. Doesn't look right. Make football great again.
The president is very upset about how we're kicking footballs, you know, things that presidents get involved in.
He involves himself in everything because he thinks he has an edict from on high. I saw this tweet. Well, pardon me, it wasn't a tweet. I saw his Truth Social post where he went off about how make football great again. Football's doing pretty good. Consistently, you know, of the most highly rated primetime shows or just shows in general on actual cable or regular over-the-air television, it usually has like 98 of the top 100 is football. So they're kind of doing something okay there, Mr. President. I'm sorry. All those people that were going to not watch it anymore because everything got so woke.
Right.
Like, they came back pretty damn quick.
They came back and they're drinking their Bud Light just like before.
Correct. Very much so. So if you are not a football fan, and even if you are, this happened last year.
Right.
Like the kickoff rules changed last year in the NFL to try to cut down on injuries and also to get players to actually return rather than just take a knee. And so here is what they started with last year and has continued into this year. Wish I had a telestrator. If Johnny if you can use your little arrow there. Right. If you see one man back at the 35-yard line on the right-hand side of your screen, that's the kicker.
That's the kicker. The football's right there.
That's where everybody who is now at the other 40-yard line, the rest of his team used to be next to him, right? So they were lined up at the 35. They would get a running start, and then at the other, you know, at the 45-yard line there, the other team would be, and they would get a running start and ram into each other.
Right.
And they found not great that you have big burly meaty men slapping meat.
So you got each other that hard. You got the bulk of each team, whatever, 30 some yards away from each other.
Right.
Charging in at full speed. Yeah. Something bad's going to happen.
Right. So what they did was instead the kicking team is there at the 40-yard line. Then at the 35 is the return team. And no one can move until the returner actually catches the football.
So he's over here.
Yes.
Right.
And so no one can move. And what they are trying to do is
he has to stay in this rectangle.
That's the landing zone for the kicker.
Oh, okay.
So the kicker has to make it into that zone. If they don't make it into that zone, there's a penalty unless the team has said they want to do an onside kick.
This one will be returned by Sims.
Yeah.
So sissy. I mean, yeah, such a sissy.
That's what we're worried about.
Game. We're gonna replay it. It just doesn't look right, Johnny. Doesn't look right. Make football great again.
It's just weird to me. You know, politics aside, I've never really thought of any politician of thinking, boy, I really got to vote for this person because I really hate the designated hitter rule, and it needs to be in both leagues. I mean, it's just what a weird thing to. And so I don't think anybody voted for him because of that. And I get, hey, presidents get downtime too, and that's fine that he's sitting there watching a football game. But part of me doesn't want to know that the president's watching a football game. In my mind, I want the president to always be at the desk and doing president things, making sure we're not going to war and whatever the presidents are supposed to do. It's not this.
Yeah, I don't mind him watching the game, but I don't like, you could, and he's fine to have his opinion of, hey, what's with this new kickoff? But to put an edict on high from Truth, like, we need to make it stop. It's the worst thing in the world. It's never, it's like the NFL is doing okay for themselves, Mr. President.
Right.
They have a lot of insight and they do a lot of background on things and analyze stuff. They're doing okay. They run the numbers. They do the research.
And I think most people, even people who are passionate about that, you don't want to see people get wiped out and their head gets snapped, and that's not fun.
Well, the other part of it is you're guaranteed 2 kickoffs in a game. Other than that, you don't know how often it's going to happen.
Right.
So it is maybe if you're lucky, if it's a shootout when both teams scoring tons of points, it's maybe an eighth of a game, and you're worried that eighth of a game is making things terrible and has to be changed. It's like, get past me with that. Get out of here.
Show us how it's done, Don. Just go out there on the field and just show us what a real man would do. I want to see that.
I do too. That's right. He was part of the UFL.
Oh, yeah.
He bankrupted that league.
That's right.
You are dead on there.
Like everything else he touches.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, look at the billions of dollars the football is making right now, and that dope bankrupted an entire league of it.